become available. Here with us now on Morning Joe, Phaedra Ellis-Lamkins, CEO of Green for All, an organization focused on building a green economy. Thanks very much for coming to the table, Phaedra.
Thank you for having me.
So you're working on the American Clean Energy and Security Act of 2009. How's it going? Because you're going to need a lot of support from Washington.
Yeah, it's a day-to-day basis, but it's going well. I think first having a president that's committed to a clean energy economy. And really this is about what kind of country we want to be. Will we be a country that imports batteries from China and oil from the Middle East, or will we be a country that creates our own energy? You know, China's spending $12 million an hour to figure out how to become energy independent, and this bill will allow us to do that. Now, we'd like to see it strengthened so it provides real protection for jobs and really creates manufacturing in the United States. So we want to see money put in the Green Jobs Act, but we really think it's a positive step forward.
Well, and it's not just about the environment. It's about energy. It's about the economy. The country that cracks the code will be economically independent over the next generation.
This really is about what kind of economy we want to be, and it's sad that it's been a fight just about global warming instead of will we become energy independent, will we really cultivate industries that can bring this economy back and bring manufacturing back to this country, and we really hope that's the debate that we have.
Speaking of manufacturing, Tom, you've seen Detroit. You've reported on Detroit for a generation fighting increased cafe standards. One wonders whether General Motors would be going bankrupt today if they had adopted the same standards that France, that Japan has.
Well, I have two really vivid memories of talking to two of the giants of Detroit. I went out to see Henry Ford when I was doing the Today Show, and it was during the energy crisis at that time. And he had not given any interviews on television. I went up to his palatial offices. He was a very swashbuckling guy, very impressed, very charismatic. And I said, it seems to me, Mr. Ford, and I've been hearing from some dealers as well, they need more energy efficient cars and smaller. And he said, Mr. Brokaw, you listen to me. The American motorist wants to put his foot down and go fast. That's what drives this industry. Later, I was talking to Lee Iacocca when I was doing a documentary about him at a time when safety had become a big issue, we thought, with a lot of consumers. And he said, car buyers don't care about safety. 3 years later, there wasn't a car buyer in America who didn't want to have seat belts on all the seats. Right. So they had a tone deafness because they had it too good for too long. It was a little bit like our business. I loved it when the network business was a duopoly, NBC and CBS. We could do whatever we wanted to.
Yeah, that
and
was
the money
good,
came in through the windows and under the door and over the transom. Cable came along. We treated them like country bumpkins.
Oh, that was tough.
And guess what? You know, we've been fighting to keep our place ever since. So these are lessons for all kinds of businesses, frankly. And on green and energy efficiency, I think that this economy is a perfect opportunity for home builders now to say, look, we're going to build you an energy efficient greenhouse. And for the long curve, this is not a fad. This is for the long curve. You're going to be a lot happier.
The good news here, this is a generational thing. You could talk to people over 50 until you're blue in the face about green. Yes, 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 I don't care. They're still, I want to put my foot on the pedal. Kids today, it's in their DNA, and that's what's going to save us, because I think although people nodded for years, the average American consumer, in every way, shape, or fine, that's fine, but under 25, it's in the blood.
Did you find that?
We find that, you know, people more and more want to be able to save the environment. And we look at the people we're partnering with, MTV, MySpace, that BET, that people want to figure out how to talk about this. And young people, in some ways, are ready for the economic revolution and saving the planet. And we have to see if we can be ready to help make that happen.
And we're really at a reset right now. The opportunities that we have, it seems like America is restructuring its entire economy. So why don't we restructure it in a way?
That's the good news out of all this nonsense.
It is. We can restructure it in a way that, again, that prepares us for the next generation.
I've heard just one story, and I don't know whether it has wider application. It's entirely anecdotal, about a builder that I know north of here in Westchester County, who a number of investors have come to him. They bought big houses for nickels on the dollar, and they've asked them to take the wings off the big houses and to downsize them, not to expand them, but to make them smaller and more energy efficient.
That might change in a couple of years, though. But it is a nice moment in time, though. So if we're going to reboot, now's the time to do it.
And people want to be able to really think about how they're providing for their families. And I think a mistake we've made as the environmental movement is to force it to be economic choices or saving the environment. And I think people are ready to solve both in this moment.
But that's the interesting thing, because they finally are intertwined. And until they became intertwined, you could put it off to another day. So once again, here's the silver lining.
And again, I can't state this any more clearly. This is our best chance economically to re-engage and to once again be leaders. If we take the lead in a green economy, economically,
so maybe tell some of your Republican friends to get off my man Obama and understand that we've got to look a little past our noses here. When did you turn into a Democrat? I love listening to you like this.
Seriously.
Boy.
You know,
we're going to be talking about your book coming up,
on the issues of the environment. I have been called a squish by my conservative brethren since 1995.
Which validates my point. We are not a two-party system anymore. All of our wardrobe of issues are not divided along those lines anymore. I think we got to start to realize that.
All right. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
And to submit your Green Effect idea, visit greeneffect.com by June the 8th.
Okay.
Mika.
I'm just going to update some of, and thank you very much.